guys, Travis with PMM. Today we're going to go over the install of a MLOK side rail as well as a rail elimination panel for the SCAR 16. Step one to installing either an MLOK side panel or a rail elimination panel is going to be removing the factory 1913 side panel. For this, you're going to need a 2.5 millimeter Allen wrench and possibly some heat. Some of these guns, it'll come right out with a little bit of force. Other times you're going to have to heat up the inside of the receiver here where the bolts go through. You want to be super careful because these rails are plastic, so you don't want to melt them. Just a little bit of heat on the back side here will go a long way. All right, as a quick note before we do the install here, I just want to go over the hardware that's going to come with an MLOK rail. So you're going to get your two mounting bolts, your replacement T25 bolts for the barrel yoke, as well as you're going to get 8 of these accessory bolts here. Now these are important because the depth on the MLOK slots on here are not like an AR-15 where you have an endless amount of space. So if you run into an issue where your MLOK accessories don't want to mount, do not keep tightening it down. You will rip the rail off of the gun. We include these bolts because they're shorter and allow for more clearance behind the actual MLOK accessory. Once you've removed the factory side rail, there's going to be a square T-nut that is not captured in the receiver. There are 3 bolt holes on the side of the receiver here. It's going to be on the second from the front. These need to be reinstalled when installing our side rails. The bolt on these is offset, but it will only go into the receiver one way. So you just want to slide that into the receiver before you actually go and try to bolt that on. So the first step for installation is you're going to take your T25 top hat style bolt here and make sure the 20 thousandths washer is installed onto it. And you're going to want to drop that in the forwardmost position on the receiver. Now you can take your side rail here and drop it onto the side of the receiver. Take your T-nut and slide that into its notch inside the receiver. Now you can take one of your 2.5 millimeter bolts and drop it into the countersink of the rail. Same thing for the rearmost bolt. Now you're going to want to go ahead and when you install these, put a drop of blue Loctite on them and then torque them down to 20 inch-pounds. And that's the installation of the MLOK side rail as well as the rail elimination panel.